Okay, we're going to get straight into this here. We're going to start off the episode with a fishing rod enchant because I'm getting sick of not fishing up anything. And we have a Luck of the Sea 2 and Lure 2 rod. I want to see if there's a potential to re-roll here. Okay, we just have too much stuff in our inventory. How's it going, people? It's Impala 100 here. And we're going to see if we could get a better fishing rod. Or maybe we can enchant two and then merge them together. Yeah, no, I've been trying to get some good enchants through fishing. I guess this could make it Lure 3. Okay. This is actually pretty great. And then we could use an anvil here. Oh, wow, that's expensive. I mean, the thing is, we'll use up all of our levels here. But it's a Luck of the Sea 3, Lure 3, and Unbreaking 3 rod. And we'll surely fish up some mending, I'm hopeful for. I don't know. We're going to do it. And we're going to rename it. What should we rename it? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, if I could type here. Impala's Harpoon. There we go. I don't know why I named it that. Because of RuneScape, I think. Okay. So we just started off the episode by depleting all of our levels here, but we have our harpoon, even though it's a fishing rod. That made no sense. Okay, whatever. We're starting the episode, though. We'll leave that there. What I wanted to focus on first and foremost is addressing the glaring issue here. Not a glaring issue, but I'm just super stoked to get started on this. I've been dreaming about it, right? We carved out a few paths or a few ridge lines onto this hill here. This is all, you know, manufactured. It was a one rounded lump of a hill, and we turned it into a carefully chiseled hill with two different levels. And I want to make it feel more developed. So we're going to get straight into making a retaining wall here than trying to make it look interesting. So I did my due diligence down in the mines, and I have 16 stacks of stone. We don't have a Silk Touch pickaxe and decided to do this the old school way. So we're going to have to replenish all of our levels. Why did I do that? I don't know why I am the way I am, but it's okay. So what I want to do here, I think our strategy here is going to start off with a little chunk, see how it looks, make some alterations to make it not just a plain stone brick wall, and then apply that to this entire area here. So that's why we have some cobble. That's why we have cobble stairs and a site. I have an idea of what to do in my head, but it's surely going to change. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get a blank, what is it? A blank a blank stone brick wall here, and we'll try to play with it to make it look good. And just like that, we have ourselves a little blank canvas to work with here. Now, to get started, what I was thinking of doing here was taking cobblestone stairs on the top and bottom to make it less flat looking. So we'll just kind of do an experiment right here to see how this looks. And then on the top, we will do the same, except face it downward, so upside down stairs. And typically this looks good, but I just want to see if we could build off of this kind of pattern here. What the... I was deep in thought, and this guy's just offering his opinion on what's going on. Is it a good trade, man? Do you have any good trades? I have plenty of slime already. Invisibility potions, that's interesting. Ferns? Nothing I need those, so no thank you, but thank you. He's like, you're welcome. Okay, so we're getting somewhere right now while we were interrupted by this wandering trader. So we put these stairs around the outside here, and we're putting in andesite pillars on every single corner block. So that's kind of what we're going off of. So every single corner, or outside corner, I guess you could say, we're placing that. So on this side, for instance, the next andesite pillar is going to go right there, right? Anyways, with the stairs here, I figured it would be cool, and I need it to go in like this, if we have regular cobblestone blocks in the middle here, and I'm trying to find a good fence or wall block that's going to look the best here. Yeah, I already know stone brick's a mistake. So we're going to try cobble as well. Okay, so acacia's not going to work unless we could get fancy here. Let's see if we could get fancy. And maybe do like a fence block in the middle here. Ooh, okay. Wait. We got something going for us here. Now let's see if we could actually swap this. Let's see. One of these might actually work. So we'll do a test between the two. Or, hold up. Maybe we could try to use walls here now. The walls might actually make the difference here. Okay. I think we're decided. So the wood was a good idea. I'm trying to break up the color, but the wall just looks way too good with the texture it brings here. There's no gaps. The fence blocks have gaps here. So I think we made our decision. This is the wall pattern we're going to go after here. Up top now, this is where I'm completely clueless as to what we're going to do. Maybe, again, I don't know what's going to happen up here. That might be another problem for us to solve. I mean, how does this look? Let's take a look at that. Yeah, no, we're gonna have to figure it out. I don't think that's gonna get the job done here. So I'm gonna go ahead and at least work on the stone wall pattern here, and we'll try to get the bottom layer done before we try to figure out what to do about the railing on top. Okay. So the world is flat, at least in Minecraft. Master Oogway was spinning around, so we know all is well. Anyways, we have completed our first layer of the retaining wall. So if we look over this way here, it kind of blends into the hill just like we wanted. And then, yeah, we kind of carried out the wall pattern in between certain spots here. It got a little redundant in some areas, so it's not perfect. But it looks right, and that's what matters the most here. And then on this end, we also did a little bit of blending. Again, if we did a wall every single corner, it would have gotten redundant here. It's going to be fun to put a retaining wall on this end here too. So that's going to be a challenge, to say the least, because it's so tall, right? So we're going to have two different walls here. Again, no clue how we're going to do that, but it'll be a fun challenge eventually. Now, as you guys can see on top here, we have two different fence types. I played around with a lot of stuff, and I figured it would just be too much to record all of it. So here are the options that I came up with. A fence looks nice and basic here. And then on this side, since we have a copper grate addiction, I figured we'd do copper grates. I don't know which one to choose. Again, if we look from down here, it just looks a little, maybe there's something we could do with that, but then it's so much easier, and it's just easier on the eyes to look at that there. But I want your input. So we're going to press pause. If you're team copper grates, great. No pun intended. No pun intended. And then if you guys are team, oak fences here, let me know. If you guys have ideas on how to make this better, like for instance, one idea I had was maybe putting in little stripped logs here in certain areas, like on corner blocks, right? And that's going to bother me. I need to get that somehow. Oh, we got it through the middle here. So again, yeah, something like that. So we'll try to give this a fair shot here. Right? Something that looks like that, maybe. I have no clue. Again, you guys let me know your feedback, but that's what we're dealing with here. We're going to move on to something else today. Now that we have this out of the way, I was hoping to work along our coastline. So lots of, lots of edges of stuff is what we're working on today. So not only are we working on the retaining wall, again, we're going to press pause on that and, resume that project once we know an answer. I want to work on our dock here. I want to make some upgrades to it. And as well as that, this coastline is blank. And I thought it would be an awesome idea for us to maybe add a boardwalk kind of going around here to try to develop it just a bit more. So how we're going to do this, I have no clue. But I'm going to get my thoughts together. Oh, by the way, bridge, we're experimenting with more stuff. Again, we're trying to upgrade just different things that we've built. This bridge here, when it oxidized, it looked a little crazy with the stone, so I switched it with copper instead of mud. I have no clue what we're going to do here. There's some funky stuff going on in the world right now. We're just trying to find different ways to maybe improve structures. So again, not focusing on that bridge here. We're going to focus on improving this dock structure instead. So I'm going to get my stuff together here and try to figure out how exactly we're going to do it. Okay, so I have a progress update for you, but first and foremost, you can tell my voice sounds a lot different. I am a little sick, or I guess just like a little scratchy throat. I don't know. I don't feel sick. I think it's allergies. I don't know what's going on, but regardless, it's also been a few weeks since that last clip that you saw, and life has been busy, so upload frequency is probably lower than what it was before, but that's life, and that's what will happen. But it gave me some time to think about what I wanted to do here, and this is what we're starting off with for our boardwalk area. So we're just using a simple oak pattern here. I'm realizing how much acacia is in this area here, but I love the subtle oak up there with our build, and I'm trying to tie it all together, and we're also utilizing oak one way or another. That's one thing I couldn't decide in the multiple weeks here. I still don't know which fence pattern to use up there, so again, please help. I'm all ears. But down here, we're doing a simple little boardwalk pattern. I want to keep it 5 wide, and yeah, it's lower by half a block than this right here, so we're building it on top of this land, but below this level, so it makes sense. The next big challenge here is this, being able to blend it in terraform. I'm thinking I want to have one block of separation underneath there as far as like water goes, so you could see the water kind of go underneath here. And then we'll have to work with the supports here, obviously. So this is what I'm thinking of doing, so it'll look good from afar. And we're going to wrap this all the way around here. I just wanted to share our update or our progress here before I went any further. So that's going to be a challenge, being able to blend all of this in. The next thing that we need to worry about is how we're going to blend this oak monstrosity in with this acacia monstrosity here, because I want to keep the integrity of the build. We spent an entire episode building this dock freelancing, but it might get a massive overhaul here. Not overall. Should we oh, what a crazy clip. Should we put a pair of overalls on this dock here? Was going to be my awful joke. So I think this is a good sign. We're going to cut and hopefully make some progress here. And yeah, we'll deal with blending that next, maybe. We'll see. Alrighty, look at this. We have ourselves a boardwalk here. And let me place down our sleeping bag real quick and sleep so I could show off what exactly we did here. So I made some changes here. I'm not sure what you saw in the last clip, but I made some changes here. First and foremost, the boardwalk, to blend it in, we're going to put it right here for now. I think we're going to have to redo this dock entirely. But that is another thing that we're going to focus on in just a bit. But for now, this is how we're blending here. Oh boy, almost fell off. Well, I guess we need to fall off on this side here. Maybe we could take our boat. So underneath the dock here, in order to make it look better, we added some depth by pushing it back one. We're using stairs underneath the fences here, and then we're putting it back one with more planks, as you can see. So it kind of goes underneath a bit. It was looking weird with dirt underneath there with a boardwalk and all, so that is what we came up with, and we have it going all the way down to this end here. where we did a little bit of terraforming, and it's just kind of like a beach area here. I think that's something we could do, is maybe make a beach or something. I don't know. Or maybe we could place a sugarcane field down here, because we technically don't have one. But for now, it's going to be a little temporary sugarcane farm down here, actually, because we still need to make a lot more of this here. All right, that is better. There we go. Sugarcane field. Beautiful. But yeah, and then we'll have a pathway headed up this way and kind of going through this little gap here to make it up this way. And then I'm also thinking a path could split off, have another stairway headed up that way to go up to our home. So again, just creating a network of paths. That's what we're doing here. But yeah, absolutely beautiful what this does to our area. I've always wanted to build one of these things. I've never had the courage to do it. It's a lot of resources, but it is a great way to make the place look a little bit more developed. Now I'm thinking we don't delete this entire dock here. I like some of the features that we built in it here. Like for instance, the little wall pattern looks nice, but everything else, it just doesn't blend in with the boardwalk now. It's almost too much acacia. I'm thinking we can maybe try to keep the same supports here, but try to spread it out a bit. I don't exactly know what to do just yet, but give me a few moments here. I'm going to try to play around with some blocks here, and hopefully we can make this better. Have you ever been so poor that you had to make a wooden axe, not a stone axe, a wooden axe, in a pinch? Well, that's me. That's me right here. And I need to make ourselves a diamond axe here, because our iron one that we enchanted is down to the very end here. It had some nice enchants, but I don't have the levels to repair it. So diamond axe it is. Not a bad tool to have at all. I decided to make some acacia, or grow up some acacia here, because I might actually need these logs to expand the dock there. I want to mix it in with some oak, but I'm thinking the supports can stay acacia, and we could try to make it at least stand out from the dock a little bit. So yeah, we're just mining up some oak logs here, or chopping them up, whatever you want to call it, and then we're gonna head on. Ooh, it grew. And then we're gonna head on down. And look how beautiful this is right here, this little boardwalk. This area is growing up. I have a tear in my eye. Look at how beautiful this is. So I'm thinking how we could start this here is we will actually take out these supports. I'm thinking we spread it out a bit more. So I like how it's 4 high here, or this height, but I want to spread it out, if you get what I'm saying, so that there's a little bit more breathing room, and it kind of matches the width of the other dock here, just like so. We'll have that, and then in the middle here, we're going to completely take out this and swap it with oak. So that's going to involve taking all of these down eventually, but we'll just start out by taking down the supports and the railing, and then after that, we're going to put up the other supports here, the new supports, and swap it with oak. Well, look at this. We have upgraded the blocks here and kind of widened it out. It took forever. And let's explain what we did. So first and foremost, we're still using the acacia logs. I thought that was great. And we're kind of doing a little underneath the fence thing here too. Again, if the words aren't making sense today, it's because I'm a little sick now. So please forgive me. That's why I've been doing cuts in between building parts too, because it's been a whole lot of stuff. But anyways, we did that, utilized a lot more acacia logs here, which was great. And underneath, instead of having the acacia fences, we are doing oak fences underneath this area. And we also swapped it out here, obviously, which looks great. And then on this end here, kind of just polished it up on both sides, basically. Just trying to make it look a little bit nicer. But I think overall, this is a big improvement here. Now, I have one more thing I want to do. So obviously, we kind of upgraded the structure here. One issue I've been running into, aside from it randomly raining, one issue I've been running into, and I guess it also the rain too, whenever I am fishing here on this end of the dock, phantoms sometimes like to visit me, because I like spending the nights fishing. You know, it's a great way to kind of break up the game. You know, you you spend the day building stuff or whatnot, farming, and then at nighttime, it's always a nice time to fish. And also when it's raining, it's a nice time to fish as well. I believe there's increased chances of catching loot or something. For any of you Minecrafters out there, the hardcore ones, you know exactly what I'm talking about, or know better than me at least. So I want to build a roof here where phantoms aren't, bothering me as much. I can stay underneath the confines of a roof, fish, and not have to worry about them, swarming me here. Additionally, you don't need to be rained on, I guess. And most importantly, I think it's going to look nicer here, a nice addition. I'm thinking I want to do something very similar to what we did here at the animal barn. So as you can see, this is oxidized quite nicely. It's almost fully oxidized here. I might actually, once it's done being oxidized, because I know we had bets on by what episode this will be fully oxidized by. By the time it's fully oxidized, I might want to bring it back and keep it at this level. I love how this looks, a little bit of orange that mix in with the dirt and whatnot here, but I digress. Anyways, what I want to do is cut copper here, make it into stairs, and then make that into the roof on this side, exactly that design here. So I'm going to go ahead, get my stuff together here. I think I need to do some inventory management here. And then on top of that, get some more acacia logs, and we will put a roof on this thing, and hopefully it looks fantastic. Looking from this angle here, do you recognize this world? If you didn't watch the past few episodes, this is completely new, minus a little tidbits of stuff we already know, like the pumpkin patch, the retaining wall here, the boardwalk, and now we have our upgraded dock. Look at this. We decided to add a trim of mud bricks here to kind of fill in the blanks. The copper grates, of course, looking great, and added supports around the top as well. And I'm thinking we can hang some lanterns here eventually and not just have torches. But overall, this is looking absolutely fantastic. And I think what I want to do, I believe we enchanted a fishing rod at the beginning of this episode. I want to break it in with a little fishing session here, see if we could catch anything good. And we might need to store our fishing rod down at the dock because this is quite a trek up. We have surely expanded our area here. And here's our home, in case you guys forgot it. We love this home. And right in here is our harpoon that we named so stupidly and also took all of our levels. I just now remembered that. Oh my gosh. But yeah, let me clear out our inventory here real quick, and I will meet you down at the docks, and hopefully we catch some good loot. I can hear something beneath me. Oh my goodness, we've been fishing for around, I know I said 30 minutes, or I was thinking 30 minutes. It's been maybe 10, 11 minutes. And look at all the loot we have. We have 2 saddles, and this was frustrating, a power 4 bow, which we cannot get to save our lives with level 30 enchants. Not to mention, we then decided to fish up a power 3 book for no reason. That really doesn't help us out a whole lot. We could actually make this, oh wait, it does. We can make a power 5 bow, because this could be a power 4. And then we add the 2 power 4s to make a power 5. That is actually great. So now we could get a power 5 bow from this fishing trip. And then we have an enchanted book that could give us either efficiency 4 or protection 4. I think we'd opt to use that protection portion. And then we have a blast protection 4 book as well. On top of a few Nautilus shells, name tag, the saddles, like I already said, and tons of fish. This was an incredible use of levels here, 30 levels for a fishing rod. I never thought I'd say it, but it is in fact a great use of levels. All we need is a mending book, and this would be a very reliable way to get some more rare enchants. So we do have a potential, or we do have the potential to fish up a mending book, or we could try to find a villager or a village near a swamp, make a swamp villager, and then get mending that way. But that's far down the line. But anyways, this has been an insane episode here. We built this dock, we built a boardwalk and a retaining wall, all very foundational pieces to the infrastructure of our area here. Now, to end off the episode, before we leave, Again, remember to vote on which wall we should use here, or if you have other ideas, let me know. We need to go to our enchanted forest for our comment selection of the day. Wow, this looks great from this angle too. Look at that, it's so beautiful. And today's comment comes from Old G. And Old G had a great comment during our exploration episode, and I wanted to share it because it had some good stuff there. So first and foremost, Old said, don't kill the armadillo. It won't drop anything. You need to brush it, but mind that it will use 20 or 25% durability. I'm assuming for a brush. We need to make a brush and do some archaeological stuff, but also I had no clue that's how you harvested the stuff from an armadillo. So that's good to know, and I will remember that for the future whenever we run into more armadillos. I know we have one near Sketchy Village, and I'll have to try to find another one so we can, breed them up in the future. I believe they take spider eyes. So that's something. The other half to this comment was that Old G said, that is a huge project to uncover those maps. Gonna take some time. I like the idea of using banner markers. You could hide the banners a few blocks down if you like to use them in areas you travel often so they're hidden. Thanks for the video. And I thought that was another great idea. Oh, wow. There's the inside of my head there. Nice and empty. Oh, there you go. Empty head. I thought that was a great idea to put the banners underground. I've never seen that before. So that's something I'll do for some of these areas here. I know that lots of these areas that are marked are going to be low traffic in the whole map project, but that's good to know. But Old G, thanks again for all of your support on all the videos, and I thought this was a super cool comment. Now, it has been a few weeks of recording this episode on and off. Again, it probably just took a few hours like any other episode, but I think it's time that we get this one uploaded to YouTube. So thank you guys so much for watching another episode on this world. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like rating down below. It really helps out the channel. If you hated it, leave a dislike and tell me why. This has been Impala 100, and I will see you all in the next episode. Take care for now.